All right, so if you're confused on Desmos Screen 2, this is where you need to be. First, I'd like you to try to solve it, use your notes, and if you really do get stuck, come back to this video. But work through the video with me. Don't just sit and watch me solve this entire problem and then go back and try to solve the problem, but take pauses, make sure your screen or your notes looks like my screen as we work through this video together. So we're solving our inequality, typing the solution in the text box, and then graphing the inequality on the number line. So I've got this inequality here. And what I've done is I broke it into two pieces. I have my red piece and I have my green piece. So my red piece is this part here. And then my green piece is this part here. Notice how the middle piece repeats. So these look familiar. We've worked with these before. We are just going to solve our inequality. So obviously my first step is going to be to subtract 11 from both sides. So make sure you're doing this in your notes. Pause this video. If you don't have the Desmos Scientific Calculator pulled up, go ahead and get that ready. So I am looking at negative 58 minus 11. So negative 58 minus 11. I lied, negative 57 minus 11. And we get that our answer is negative 68. So I've got negative 68 on my left side. And then the 2x comes down. My sign stays the same. And now I have to get rid of this negative 2 in front of the x. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. This little slash means divide. Dividing both sides by negative 2. So obviously these negative 2's are going to cancel out, leaving me with just x. But I'm going to put into Desmos negative 68 divided by negative 2. Negative 68 divided by negative 2. And I get my answer is 34. Now remember, whenever we divide by a negative number in this last step, we have to flip our inequality sign. So I'm flipping my inequality sign. Notice how it is the opposite. And then, like I said, these negative 2's cancel out. So for the left side of my inequality, I get that 34 is less than x. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to solve this piece of the inequality. So again, I've got to get rid of this plus 11. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. So I'm looking at 79, negative 79 minus 11. So negative 79 minus 11 gives me an answer of negative 90. So I'm just going to move this negative 2x over here. Oops. Bring my inequality sign down, and my answer was negative 90. So just like I did on the other side, I have to divide both sides by negative 2 because I need to get x by itself. So the slash means divide. Coming back to Desmos, I'm going to do negative 90 divided by negative 2. I get that my answer is 45. Now again, whenever I'm dividing by a negative number, my inequality sign has to flip. So it was facing in this direction, and I'm going to flip it to face in the other direction. So now I have my two pieces of the inequality, and I'm just going to put them together in blue. So I have that 34 is less than x is less than 45. So my smaller number always comes first. My bigger number always comes second. So take a second, make sure your notes look like my screen. And then we're going to graph this inequality. So type your answer in the text box in Desmos. I'm going to come back here, remind myself that 34 is less than x is less than 45. Okay, so now I need to graph this inequality on the number line. So I'm going to make an open circle, not a closed circle, making an open circle around 35. Bad circle. Try that one more time. And it's open because I'm dealing with less than. If this were less than or equal to, my circle would be closed. This is just less than. I realize I marked on the wrong spot. 34. And then my other number is 45. So I had originally put a 35 here. Make sure yours is at 44. Don't make a mistake like me. And my second circle is going to be around 45. So I've got 34, 45, and my X is anywhere in between 34 and 45. So I'm just going to use this line feature to draw my number line. And that is how you graph an inequality. And that's what this solution should look like.